Good afternoon. We are the group 6, and today we're gonna have the sustentation of our project. The name when can jealousy be considered a pathologic issue? Our group member is Lady Caterina Páramo, María Alejandra Sate Arenas, y Yajaira Sánchez Ramírez. For Freud, jealousy is a combination of several factors such as grief over the loss, whether are real or not, of the love of the loved one. The narcissist confrontation is for the jealous one the love or her partners does not disappear but is transferred to another person. This hurts her self-love for which she suffers an attack or her self-esteem. Hostility towards rival for which the jealous will be hostile towards those who consider him a possible competition. This can be an imaginary or real situation. And unstable self-criticism. This causes him to constantly blame himself for the love of his partner. On the other hand, those who suffer from stereotype have low self-esteem, insecurity, and high need to feel approved and appreciated. The person constantly shows personality and psychopathological disorders of the narcissist, and paranoid type. The psychopath constantly shows anxiety and is an aggressive person. It's important to know about jealousy since it's an emotion that is frequently experienced by almost all human beings. However, this topic that although it usually seems normal and harmless, should be known when they represent a threat to sentimental partner and even for the mental health of the person who suffers from it. Because in an episode of jealousy, the throat case scenario can be triggered, which of the threaten the life of the person without the romantic relationship in manteniment and even hurt yourself. When talking about jealousy, it can be pointed out that there are levels for harmless jealousy where if they don't have adequate emotional management, they can evolve to stereotype or pathological jealousy. From a psychopathological perspective, that irrational belief may present itself in the form of the relational idea, jealousy delusion, or as an obsession or override idea. The problem most frequently associated with the morbid jealousy are the precise symptoms, feelings of low self-esteem, upper level of assertiveness and sexual disorders, as well as a constant problem in the couple's relationship. We are not detecting in time the signs. The signs indicate that jealousy becomes something pathologic, can lead in the worst scenario where the lost life occurs either by homicide and or suicide. Objectives. General objective. Note the experience of feeling of jealousy in UNIMINUTO students in order to provide a starting point of the later studies, which allow better characterization of pathological jealousy. Specific objectives discover the most frequent characteristics in the experience report by sample that it begins studied, and contribute new knowledge to later studies on pathological jealousy that allow expanding the characterizations and identification of the disorder. According to the National Institute of Legal Medicine and Forensic Sciences, jealousy destroyed and indefinitely with 9.19% are the second cause of death in Colombia, equivalent to the 828 cases during 2017. They represent the second cause of death in Colombia. In the example of the patient complaint of pathological jealousy, it is common to find cases in which irrational feelings of jealousy have provoked violent behaviors. It's not an exaggeration to say that a significant percentage of men who are violent in home have a pathological jealousy. A study carried out at the University in Basque Country in Lejona, Spain, carried out by Fernández Montalvo and Che Burua, With 42 abusers, 38% of them have problem of pathological jealousy, which had acted among other factors such as trigger of violent episodes. The proposed research will provide a new perspective that will facilitate the knowledge of how to identify when jealousy becomes a pathological that, in the worst case scenario, can lead to the loss of life of both person who suffered it and the victim. This research will provide a contribution so that possible victims can detect in time if they are in a relationship where their partner suffer a pathological jealousy and thus be able to safeguard their integrity. Methodology. Through the narrative research model and taking into account that the research approach in qualitative information will be collected regarding the experiences narrated by the interviewers, which once analyzed will contribute to avoiding the concepts that are currently held about jealousy and the effects that this carry. As a first step, a sample of 10 UNIMINUTO students will be chosen who complete, which a series of parameters subsequently established to which in-depth structured interview will be carried out, which will establish specific parameters to collect the experiences in relation to jealousy that the subject had experienced. Samples select both in the past and today. The reactions concerning the interview will be addressed into regarding to concepts that interviewers have about jealousy, the reason that according to their criteria they consider to cause an episode of jealousy, and what is their procedure in the face of the situation. Thus will determine the consequence and its main entail. Experiencing jealousy in the relationship and that, if not handled correctly, incurs serious consequences. Once the results have been collected, a report will be drawn up on the aspect obtained during the interview will be contributed to the expansion of the concept of jealousy from an experimental point of view, which give us a latent reality and thus be able to contribute to the limit concept with reference to the experience you have on subject in question. Theory framework, primary concept of research. Jealousy is a combination of several factors such as mourning the loss, whether real or not, of the loved and loved one. The narcissist's affrontation, since for jealous one, the love of her partner does not disappear, but is transferred to other person. This hurts her self-love, which she suffers attack on her self-esteem. Hostility towards rivals, for which the jealous will be hostile towards those who consider him a possible competition. This can be an imaginary or real situation. And unstable self-critic. He causes him to constantly blame himself for the love of his partner. Schizotype, however, suffers from serotype has low self-esteem, insecurity, and high need to feel approved and appreciated. The person constantly shows personality and psychopathological disorder of the schizo, narcissistic, or paranoid type. The celopath constantly shows anxiety and an aggressive person. On the one hand, Skinner, when dealing with emotion, does not seem to separate provoked components from operants, and second, by calling both public and private response emotional response. To extent, Skinner refers to the behavior of Othello, Shakespeare's character in The Moral Penis, has jealous behavior. In this brief analysis, he affirms that the jealousy behavior emitted by Othello of killing of Sophocles' wife is consequted by both public and private emotional response. Peirce and Empling use the term emotional behavior to reference the operant behaviors that occurred during the extinction progress. In this context, the authors cite hitting a name calling as example of emotional behaviors. Obviously, it's acceptable to assume that the individual exhibiting such behaviors feel the emotional of anger. However, it seems admissible that despite feeling anger to individual may, depending on the specific contingents, no hit, no insult, or present any other operant behavior characteristic outside emotion. Population UNIMINUTO student from the PACHA's headquarters, sample and type of sampling, 10 UNIMINUTO students for the PACHA's headquarters. Of the sample, people between 18 and 30 years of age, have been or being in a relationship with jealousy problem, and if the relationship is over, what has happened in the last 5 years. Sample exclusion criteria: having or being in a relationship that has not presented moments of situation of jealousy, be a minor, and not be a student of UNIMINUTO. Instruments and techniques for collecting information. Structured interview designed for the researchers during the project. And that's it, and thank you so much.